Have you ever felt like one part of you desperately wants love, rest, and emotional connection, while another part keeps pushing you to work harder, control everything, and never slow down? Or perhaps you've noticed that despite years of healing, meditation, affirmations, or even spiritual practices, you still feel internally divided. One side says, I want to surrender, whereas the other side says, I need to stay in control. If this sounds familiar, today's video may answer one of the biggest questions in personal growth and spiritual healing. Because the greatest relationship you'll ever heal isn't necessarily with another person. It is the relationship between your own inner masculine and feminine energies. Today we'll explore what masculine and feminine energy actually means from both psychological and spiritual perspective, why they become imbalanced, how childhood shapes them, how they influence your relationship, career, intuition, boundaries, nervous system regulation, and most importantly, how to bring them back into harmony. So, hello my divine souls, welcome to Spiritual Bloom, where we bloom within our consciousness, with your spiritual guide and twin flame coach Neha. In today's episode, we will be talking about balancing your masculine and feminine side. Now, the first misconception before we discuss this topic is that we need to clear that masculine energy does not belong only to man and feminine energy does not belong only to women, because both these energy exist in every human being. Every human being carries both this energy. Now, Carl Jung, if you have heard about him, described these inner opposites as the animus and anima. Animus and anima. The unconscious masculine within women and the unconscious feminine within men. Modern psychology also recognizes that healthy functioning involves integrating qualities like logic and intuition, action and receptivity, rather than relying on one style alone. Just think of these energies like breathing. You inhale, then you exhale. Both are necessary. Life works through such balance, just like our breathing. Similarly, masculine and feminine energies are complementary systems that help us navigate the world. Now, some of the healthy masculine qualities includes structure, discipline, logic, protection, leadership, responsibility. Some of the healthy feminine qualities include intuition, creativity, compassion, emotional intelligence, presence, flow, and connection. Now, when I talk about the masculine and feminine energy, let me also remind you that neither is superior, because one creates movement and the other creates meaning. One builds the house and the other turns it into a home. One plants the seed and the other nourishes its growth. So, a healthy life needs both the energies to exist in a healthy way, in a balanced way. Now, why do these energies become imbalanced? We are not born hating parts of ourselves. Most imbalances, they develop through repeated experiences in our life. Imagine a child who learns that crying leads to punishment. What will happen? Eventually, that child may suppress emotions. The protective, controlling side becomes stronger because vulnerability feels unsafe. Or just imagine another child who constantly had to care for everyone else. They may become highly empathetic but struggle with boundaries or asking for help. These adaptations often make sense at the time, but over the years, they can become automatic patterns that are no longer serving us. Now, common causes of such behavior includes childhood trauma. If emotional expression wasn't safe, you may disconnect from your feminine qualities. If consistency and protection were missing in your childhood, you may struggle to trust healthy masculine qualities. Another reason is cultural conditioning. Because many cultures teach boys not to cry, they teach them to be tough. And many girls, they hear that don't be too ambitious. Now these messages can create shame around perfectly healthy qualities. Another reason is also that the survival mode, living in survival mode for too long. When the nervous system is constantly stressed, balance becomes difficult and the brain focuses on survival rather than integration. That's why these masculine and feminine energies becomes imbalanced since a very young period of your life. Now, how do you know that your masculine energy, your masculine side is wounded? A healthy masculine creates safety. You feel safe in your own energies. But a wounded masculine energy seeks control. When your masculine side is wounded, you'll always feel like controlling the situations in your life. And sometimes people think that productivity equals worth. But when rest creates guilt, your masculine may be operating from fear instead of confidence. A healthy masculine will always act with purpose, whereas a wounded masculine will always work or act to gain validation from society and from people. Now let's come to the feminine energy and how do we know that your feminine side is wounded? A healthy feminine knows her worth, and because she knows her worth, she comes into that frequency of receiving mode. Whereas a wounded feminine seeks approval. They fear rejection, weak boundaries, they try to people please, self-sacrifice themselves. Many highly empathetic people confuse compassion with self-abandonment. But your feminine side asks you to be compassionate about yourself first before being compassionate to other people. Now, since we are talking about balancing the masculine and feminine energies, let us understand what happens when one energy is extremely dominant. Now imagine living only in masculine energy. Just imagine. What will happen? Your life will become efficient but emotionally empty. Everything becomes productivity. You'll have achievement, you'll have control, and in that process your nervous system rarely rests. Similarly, imagine yourself living only in feminine energy. There may be endless ideas, intuitions, dreams, but little actions or no action at all. You have the talent, you have the creativity, but because of fear, you don't act. So in that process what happens? Your goals remain unfinished. Boundaries becomes unclear. Now true balance in such situation is not 50-50 every moment. It is the flexibility to draw on the energy that fits the situation. So how do you heal these energies, how to bring them into balance, how to balance your both masculine and feminine energy to lead a healthy life. Now, healing is not about becoming more masculine or more feminine. It is about becoming more integrated. You have to heal your masculine side by developing self-discipline without being harsh to yourself. You have to learn how to act, not just think and dream about it. You have to act, you have to take actions. You have to learn how to set clear boundaries with people. And you should learn how not to control your situations. Similarly, when you have to heal your feminine side, you have to allow yourself to feel your emotions without feeling guilty. You have to be practical, but at the same time you should learn how to listen to your intuitions and follow them, not reject your intuitions completely just because you believe in the practical life too much. You have to learn how to seek help and support without feeling guilty. You have to learn how to rest without feeling shame or feeling that I have not worked enough today, or I have been resting for too long. And most importantly, practicing self-compassion. Notice that many healing practices, they support both. For example, mindfulness can improve emotional awareness while also strengthening intentional responses instead of impulsive reaction. Now, nervous system plays a very important role, like I have told you in a previous episode where I made a separate episode on healing your nervous system, that nervous system is the root cause of energy balance. When your nervous system feels safe, balance becomes easier because you don't need to stay constantly guarded. You don't need to constantly seek external reassurance. So healing your nervous system is a very important part of healing. These are not quick fixes, but they can help your body shift from chronic stress towards greater flexibility. Now, what happens when you balance your inner masculine or feminine energy? When your inner masculine is healthy, you stop chasing validation. And when your inner feminine is healthy, you stop abandoning yourself to keep others happy. Balanced people tend to communicate more openly, respect boundaries, and make decisions that align with their values. The healthiest relationships are often built by two people who are continually learning to balance both qualities within themselves first. Rather than trying to build a relationship with a person, they try to build that relationship within themselves first. Now, the goal of the healing here is not to become perfectly masculine or perfectly feminine. The goal is to become fully human. You have to know when to act. You have to know when to take rest, when to speak, when to listen. Your greatest relationship is not with a partner. First, it is with yourself. As your inner masculine learns to protect rather than control, and your inner feminine learns to trust rather than fear, you create a deeper sense of stability, authenticity, and peace. Balance is not a destination that you reach once. Balance is a lifelong practice of listening, adjusting, and growing. It's not that you balance your feminine and masculine energies today and in the next 1 year or 2 years down the line, you forget about it. Balancing is a lifelong process and you have to keep on working on it. You have to keep on checking your energies. In the sense, am I being too practical? Am I allowing myself time to rest? Am I working too much? This is how you keep on checking on your masculine and feminine energies, and this is a lifelong process. There is no end goal for it. But once you have achieved and you know how to balance your masculine and feminine energies, I'm telling you, you will feel healthier, not just physically but internally. And because of your balance, what will happen? You will start attracting and manifesting many material things in your life. You will have a stable life, a good life. So it's not just internal, it is external also. That's why it's extremely important to work on your masculine and feminine energies first. Like I told you, you have to wear your oxygen mask first before helping others. Because if your masculine or feminine energy is distorted, you can never help the other person in healing. You can never help the other person in healing anyway also, but at least you will be able to surrender in the spiritual journey. So I hope you like this episode on balancing the masculine and feminine energies. Do like, share, subscribe and comment. For any kind of personal guidance, you can WhatsApp or email me. My contact details have been given in the description box. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in another episode.